Yo guys, I'm Truzuo, and Marvel Rivals just announced Moon Knight as a new character coming to Marvel Rivals on December 6th. We're going to check out the reveal trailer, and we're going to check out Necros, who has a deep dive into his abilities as he is a content creator for the game and got access early. And want to see what he's about. Without further ado, let's check it out. Here we go. Ooh, I like that design. Who's his voice actor? Okay, he's got a cloak. He's got melee. He's got the batons and then the crescent. And you can also throw it. Is that bouncing off them? What is that? Is that a double jump? Okay. Oh, what the heck? It's like a Doctor Strange portal, but... Okay. Interesting. Hold on. So he's got Stephen Grant's batons. I'm trying to figure out, he's got Mark Spector's Moon Knight ability. That's like the main thing. I don't think he's going into different costumes. Let's go back for a second. He's got 275 HP. So he has... Is this... I can't tell what abilities that is. Is that just a glide? Or is that shift is glide? I can't tell. He's got Crescent. Looks like the Crescent Dart or... I don't even know what Crescent Moon, like boomerang he's throwing. I'll mute this so I can just see. Yeah, so he's throwing that, and then when he gets in the... I don't know if that's a quick melee or what. He's switching to batons, and he's just smacking Loki. He's got Stephen Grant's batons when he's in Mr. Knight, but I don't know. He doesn't transform into Mr. Knight at all. So I wonder if that's just going to be a skin. This looks like a grappling hook. Did I miss that? Yeah, okay, yeah. So he has a grappling hook as well right here. And then he goes back. So I guess in close range. So I guess his left click is batons. His right click is the crescent moons. And then a double jump. Oh, that's a double jump. That's what he used there later. And then his shift is his glide in the air. And then this looks like it's bouncing off them. We'll have to see with Necros what he says. Yeah, it looks like it's bouncing up. I'm not sure what this is. It looks like either an enhancer or pulls enemies together or does more damage. I'm not very sure what that does. And then his ultimate. Go over here real quick. It's like a radius, like Doctor Strange portal, and a bunch of moons come through. You can see like the moon. I don't know if you can go in there or what, but it looks like it does a decent amount of damage. Okay, let's check out Necro's video real quick. He has a breakdown of it real quick.
In an early look at the Moon Knight reveal in Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
Character I've been very hyped to do a video on given
Same.
his incredible design.
I like the TV show a lot.
Looks and plays. I'm going to do my best to explain his abilities to you guys.
Perfect.
As well as how I think they should be utilized. So this is what Moon Knight's ability.
Okay, let's take a look real quick before he explains. So Crescent Dart. Okay, it's called a dart. Unleash Crescent Darts forward that can bounce between enemies and inks, dealing damage to enemies. Okay. So it's a glider is the shift. Enter a gliding state. Ank. Fire an ank to knock enemies within its radius airborne towards the center. Okay, so it's kind of like a pull, but it knocks them into the center. Grappling hook, double jump, moonblade. Launch forward a moonblade that can bounce between enemies and anks. Okay, so the ank is basically like a radius where the moonblade just bounce greater, dealing damage to enemies. So it basically forces them to the center and will do more damage and will bounce off of them. Interesting. Then open a portal that allows Khonshu to bombard enemies with its talent. Interesting. Okay, let's see how it plays.
Page looks like. As you can see, he's got a bunch of cool abilities here. And on the left, we can also see his design in Marvel Rivals, which I think looks absolutely awesome. So
he's a 3 difficulty as well.
Primary fire here, Crescent Dart.
Yeah, look at that. It's bouncing off enemies. That's interesting.
So as you can see, Moon Knight fires a quick burst of projectiles in a line, which bounces between enemies, dealing a portion of his primary fire's damage to the targets it bounces to. And if there's only 2, it will bounce back and forth between those 2 targets for up to a total of 3 times. His right.
Interesting. So it will do damage initially and then bounce to more targets, dealing a portion of that damage. But if there's only a certain amount of enemies, it'll just keep bouncing back and forth. So if he's in a crowded space, he's going to do a crap ton of damage.
Click ability, Moonblade, is very similar to his primary fire. It will also bounce between targets, but it just does a larger amount of damage to the first target hit by it.
Okay, so it just does a great amount of damage.
Looks really cool. His E ability, Ancient Ankh. He sends out his Ankh as a projectile which pulls enemies upon landing. When the Ankh is shot by Moon Knight, it will bounce his crescent darts to enemies within its range. He can have up to 2 of them out at a time, and when shot, they can be destroyed by the enemy.
Interesting. So it just looks like it's like a pull. Like Orisa from Overwatch's like pull thing. It pulled them to the center of it, like the orb thing, and it can be destroyed. Interesting. The thing is so small, unless it's like this whole, like, I don't know, circle thing, like crescent. So, I mean, I guess. And just groups them together, make it better.
Good night. Double KO. Surrender your strength.
I feel like he's gonna be a character you play on close maps where you can just funnel people through certain areas and then you just ricochet all your darts off of them, because in open maps a lot of these characters now have a lot of movement abilities. Like you have Iron Man who's flying, he's not even on the ground. Black Panther, he can climb walls. Same with Spider-Man. Doctor Strange can fly as a tank. So it's like, unless they're like really going through a pathway, they're going to be all trapped, like all flying around and not be trapped on the ground. So you have to have a map that's more close quarters for him to be successful.
We'll be looking at Moon Knight's mobility options. So his F ability launches a grappling hook that pulls him towards it, which is a great tool for moving around the map and escaping. Moon Knight can also freely glide while he's airborne. He also has access to his double jump.
I wonder if the glide is as long as it until you hit the ground, or it's like a duration,
which sends him really far into the air. And finally, his ultimate ability.
Come on.
Of Khonshu.
Okay. That's like a 2-hit.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it. You get stunned.
That ult is absolutely awesome. Like visually, this has to be one of my favorite ultimates in the game. It is absolutely stunning. And also,
the portal in the moon. That's one of like the sickest abilities. Like besides like the Doctor Strange thing where they have you be able to go like, in between the maps. Like that's like the way you can see it inside of it is just insane. They're doing a really good job.
I love the little tune that plays when he drops it. Really, really cool. Super awesome ultimate. So that's all for his abilities. Now let's take a look at how he plays in an actual game.
We're not going to watch a full gameplay because that's going to be a long time, but interesting. So we'll go back just to see the overview again. So yeah, I feel like he's going to be a really close quarters hero. He's going to be played in a lot of close quarters maps, depending on what the other team's running. If they have a lot of characters that are on the ground, I feel like he's going to be more effective than some characters just because of the ricochet. Like you don't even have to, like the Ankh will pull them and you just throw all your darts at them. And then especially with the portal of the Hand of Khonshu, that thing is really going to be good. And he's got pretty good mobility too. So you're going to be all over the place, be able to cover a lot of distance with him. It'll be interesting to play. And he's a 3 difficulty, which means a lot of people will have to be very good with him. And then it's not like Punisher where you can just run around and just shift and sprint everywhere like Soldier 76 and then just spray with like aimbot basically. So he's going to be a decently hard hero to play. So we'll have to see when he comes out December 6th. I definitely will give him a try because he's one of my favorite characters. In terms of Marvel characters that come out recently, in terms of TV shows as well. If you haven't seen that, I recommend it. Not the best one, in my opinion, in terms of Disney shows, but definitely better than the ones like She-Hulk. So yeah, I'm excited to see what other characters come to Marvel Rivals. Let me know your thoughts, and if you're gonna be playing Moon Knight, I'll definitely be playing that. If you want to see Marvel Rivals content, let me know, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.